Can you hear us?
Maybe we should have Garrett take a.
Should we come closer?
Should we have Garrett do it, take a video of you taking video?
Sure.
Ties into Sherry Garland.
What's for you? Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2. Hey, Chef Walker, and I'm here with John Gallagher at my secret headquarters in Durango, Colorado. Oh, I just heard the train going. Yeah, I just heard the train. Hopefully we'll beat the train. So this is the deal. We just wrapped up one of our Platinum Plus Mastermind meetings. John Gallagher's been in a Plat Plus group for 6 years now. If you've been following the whole product launch saga since way back, John is like the poster child for product launch formula, because he actually did start when he got the course. His family's on food stamps, and now they've built an incredibly successful business, incredibly successful at learningherbs.com.
Learningherbs.com.
Yeah, and you've helped thousands of people. You've built up this huge audience. You've done great launches. You've built a serious, full team. And we get together often. We've done many case studies over the years, but we were just talking about a couple of things that were interesting. One is this idea of you have to know the rules before you break them. And this was a theme that came up in our meeting. I call it reading the tea leaves. And I know that's a tough one for people with English as second language, but it's the idea of not looking at big data, but looking at all the different things that are happening in the launch and building up enough experience to actually trust your gut. And I think that's what this was.
Yeah, well, it's funny, and I've done that because, and I told you the story. I had a Texas story. It was so cute. My daughter, she's 12. Her name's Haley. She comes up to me, and now I've been doing launches since she was 3 years old. And she comes up to me and goes, Dad, you used to do one launch a year, and now it's once a month. She's like, what's with that? With her little tween smart.
Yeah. It used to be one launch, launch week happened once a year.
Once a year. Now it's pretty much every couple months, and that's how many launches and how many times I've gone through this process. Over the years, you kind of do more and more, and you get better and better at it. And that's what you're saying with the experience and learning the rules of the formula, of product launch formula.
Right, and everything, you start to look at it through the lens of, I think of it in terms of promotion. Everything becomes a promotion. You never just put something out there and hope it works.
Right.
So tell me, you tweaked things for this launch, right?
Yeah, every time I do a launch or do some kind of promotion, it's always a little different. I don't use that classic product launch formula every single time, but if you consider product launch formula like a platform, when you do it enough, you learn how you can make your own little plugins that work with the platform. And when you do that, you're able to do that because you learn the art of it. You learn to read the tea leaves, so you can use the general foundation of what's going on to kind of make sure that that's present in all the little different kinds of promotions and different kinds of marketing you do. For example, I did a promotion last week where I relaunched a product from 5 years ago that I did the classic launch formula on. But this time I did it a little different. I didn't have an opt-in page in the beginning, and I used a webinar in the end. It was very different, but in the formula, in the foundation and the spirit of everything I'm doing was the underlying theories and underlying art of the launch were infused in that. And when I did that launch, it did 3 times as good as the last time I did it, and it worked. I think I've done 50, 60 launches of different types. I say 50, 60 launches, but they weren't those classic, 4 video launches.
Right. A lot of the world, they see it's got to be videos, it's got to be you've done a lot of launches with email, right?
With email, right? I mean, if I could put a little powered by product launch formula under every single promotion I've ever done, I would, because that's exactly what's going on. Even the one that I just did, even though it didn't look like one of your regular launches. And so again, I was able to do that because I knew the rules. I've done it enough times, so then I felt like I could break it and then kind of play jazz a little bit, right? Some riff on the blues a little. But the central chords, the resonance and harmonics of the song were all intact. I wrote a song. Every launch you do is its own song,
right?
So
it's the message is to follow a proven formula, and whether it's product launch formula, there are other formulas,
of course,
out there that work, but you have to know the rules and you have to understand the core marketing principles before you can break the rules. And we do see, even in our Plus Mastermind, sometimes people lose their way and they start to just make stuff up
Mhm.
and not follow, you know, this very, very proven formula.
Or make it too complicated or whatever.
That's a big one.
I'm all about simplicity. Like, we both play guitar. You might have seen us online doing that, and the kind of guitar we play are just simple folk songs, and there's 4 chords.
Yeah. There were 4. They snuck a 4th one in there.
There's 3 or 4 chords and a couple choruses and a couple of verses, and if you put too many chords and too many weird words in there, it's going to make a bad song.
So before we started shooting, we were joking about the power of a deadline. Because
Mhm.
what's happening is we just wrapped up our meeting, and it was over in the Durango DoubleTree, which is about half a mile that way.
Or that way, or that way.
Yeah, no,
It's secret.
and so we got it. Oh, they're gonna be able to figure out where we're at. So, so what happened was John and I ran over here. We thought we'd shoot a video, but literally the whole Plus group is coming over here. They got in a bus over the DoubleTree. We could probably see it coming down College Avenue, and so they're actually
Coming up.
they're coming up the driveway right now.
There they are.
So we literally, the power of a deadline to get this video done. And so what's the power of the deadline?
We didn't even know we were going to talk about 5 minutes ago, and this is pretty valuable. I think.
Yes, what's the power of a deadline in marketing? Because a lot of people make that mistake in their marketing. That's the piece they'll forget about, is putting that deadline in there.
Right.
They'll just think, if I can keep my product open forever, then I'll make more sales.
No, but if there's a deadline and you know when the sale or the offer is going to end, people know when they have to act by, and so they can act and purchase and be part of your program, and then you're doing them a service because you're helping them make that choice to make their lives better by joining your program.
Yep. So we are about to get inundated by our entire Plus group walking up the stairs. It's absolutely ridiculous how this is happening. The timing is a little bit silly here, but yeah, that's I'm Jeff Walker, and if you're watching this anywhere else, just on my blog at jeffwalker.com, head on over there and leave a comment. Scroll down, leave a comment, give me a share on social. This is just ridiculous timing, and let's go get them this week.
That's enough.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.